pandemic. Real estate agent Kirsten Jordan is here with us now. Kirsten, good morning. Welcome to Morning in America. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
So let's talk about this. Should prospective homeowners, and I thought this when I saw the headline, jump at the chance to buy a home? Is the time now?
It is definitely the time to buy. That's the short answer. If you know your market and there is affordability for you and you feel that you can remain at this mortgage rate for the foreseeable future and you're not counting on some sort of additional drop, I really think it could be a great time to get into the market. What we are seeing across the country in multiple markets is that there are more listings on market, there's more negotiability, and if you know your individual market well and there's affordability for you, definitely get in, because I really don't think we're going to see rates go down to the 3s and 4s again anytime soon.
Do you see them going back up to the 20%, 22% that we've seen in the past?
It's really hard to say. The last time that we saw sub 5% mortgage rates for over a decade was in the 1950s. We actually never, that's the only other time other than what we saw recently. So what we saw after that was over a decade of very high rates. The question is can we keep rates between the 6s and to the 7s for an extended period of time and actually get inflation under control? Because what we're seeing is that it's really gnarly. It's really hard to see what's happening, because in some markets it's still quite difficult to buy a home.
Absolutely. So could the rate change depending on whether you're buying a home, or what about those that want to refinance their mortgage?
The crazy thing about mortgage rates is that it really depends on who you are, because they have really strict borrower guidelines because of what happened with the last housing crisis. And so it depends on who you are, everything from your credit score to how much money you have in the bank to your income. And in a lot of cases, the way that other buyers are getting better rates is that they have relationship banking. So maybe they have more money in their specific bank, private banking, and that enables them to get even better rates. So with refinancing, it's so sticky because it really depends on who you are and also some of the states you're in. Some states are having better rates than others.
What's driving these numbers down, Kirsten?
The reality is that the Fed rates are not actually what directly determine mortgage rates. And so what we're seeing with rates coming down really has to do with the lack of demand for mortgages. And obviously, since they hiked rates so high for mortgages, it's obvious that that was going to hit demand because everything became so expensive. And remember, it's not just the cost of the money and the cost of the mortgage rates that are making buyers struggle. It's also huge cost of insurance. It's the layer cake of costs that it is to own a home in this country. Because remember, replacement costs, which involves what it costs to renovate, costs of labor, anything from landscaping to just what it costs to replace a toilet in your bathroom. Everything is more expensive. And so it's not just about those rates. It's some of these buyers, they get close to buying and they realize, you know what, even though the rates are okay, I actually can't afford the rest of it.
Is there anything that can be done additionally to help sweeten the deal by securing the lowest rate possible? Is there anything else we can do?
Well, obviously, there are definitely different ways that you can get your rate to come down. There's buy downs, which is where you buy the points down. There's also, obviously, there's still situations where sellers are interested in doing seller financing. So maybe in that case, you could work out a deal. There are so many ways to figure out how to get your rate down. But the most important thing to do is to make sure that there's longevity when you're buying. Do not expect rates to come down so significantly over the next couple of years that all of a sudden you're going to be in the money. If you can't afford it and you're really stretching, don't make that purchase, because I do think that we're going to see it's going to be a little bit stagnant with all of the mortgage rates and what we're seeing with pricing of homes.
All right, great way to explain that. Kirsten Jordan, thank you so much. And on the other side, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump both taking their messages to battleground states.